Hey, so today I'm going to do a review of Medhead, and I have the book right here. It is written by James Patterson and Hal Friedman, and basically it's a story about Hal's son, Corey, and how he has to struggle with OCD and Tourette's, and the difficulties that he faces and overcomes eventually over time. So when I read this book, the very first thing that I noticed was that it's in first person, and at first it kind of threw me off because it's first and it's also in present tense. But after reading the entire book, I think that it's actually very effective because if this story had been told by anyone else, I don't think I would have fully understood. Like, it is very essential to see from that person's perspective when you're talking about an issue that they personally deal with. Knowing how their mother or their father responded isn't going to be nearly as effective as knowing from that individual. So I think that for one, was very effective and I enjoyed it. Helped to create a personal identity with Corey as a person. One thing that I learned from reading this book is that you should never judge. So, for example, he continuously goes through a phase where he just lifts up his middle finger. He doesn't mean to, he just does. There's been instances where he talks about where he's with his father and everything's going good, but he feels compelled to spit at him and he doesn't understand why. So, reading from that first point of view and seeing that these things happen to individuals and they don't understand the rhyme or reason, it just kind of happens. It makes you have a different sort of respect for that type of illness or that type of disease or whatever it is that you're speaking about. So by reading this story and seeing from his perspective how he was out of control and he didn't know why he was doing the things that he was doing, he just knew that he was doing them. To see it from that perspective really offers a different viewpoint. It really opens your mind and gives you a different perspective of life. The best thing about the book is that in the end it does have a happy ending, and I think that it's very inspiring and it gives confidence to people who may be dealing with some of the same issues. And even Corey said that he was very hesitant to put his whole life out there, but he felt if it could help someone that he was going to be doing something good, and so he wanted to do that. And I believe that this book being out in the world definitely will help someone. If they can see that he was able to overcome his illnesses and the problems that he was facing in life and in general, then it should be motivation enough for other people to also do the same. And I think that's definitely a take-home message. So for anyone who is interested in reading this book, I would definitely recommend it. It will open your eyes to a different worldview, to a different perspective, and I think overall it's really, really well written. It's different. It's first person. It offers a personal perspective, and it's about something you don't normally think about. We don't think about people who have these issues unless we have them ourselves. Like, to have Tourette's and OCD at the same time, I can't even imagine. To be pumped up with medication all the time, I can't imagine. The things that he went through, the struggles that he had to overcome, is truly inspirational, and I think that this book, for anyone who deals with those things, is definitely recommended. So that's all I really have to say about the book, but I do definitely recommend that anyone who has interest in reading it, read it. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I randomly post videos once a week. So I also have a blog and Twitter and Instagram, and yeah.